space.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. For those of you who are new, I'm Kathmandu, and in this episode we're going to continue on with our little playthrough of Kerbal Space Program. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this series so far. If you are, don't forget to smash that like button for me. If you are liking it, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Both the likes and subscribes really do help the channel out massively, so if you could show your support, man, I would really appreciate it. If you guys would like to get in touch with me, in the description down below is all my contact details, so you can go and check all that out. If you guys would like to be in with a chance of winning a giveaway at 500 subs, don't forget to be subscribed as well. Don't forget to come along and join the Discord so I can notify you if you win, but it's also a great place to come and hang out and chat and leave all your suggestions in there as well. If you want to hit that notification bell for me as well, then you guys will get notified when I upload a video on a live stream as well, so that's a very handy tool indeed. And yeah, basically, we started off with this training. I want to do all these training ones just so I'm sort of fully understand the game and what we have to do before we do a proper run through. So we did the getting started and basic construction, we did the base flight, and now we're on the intermediate construction. So this tutorial presented by famous rocket scientist Werner von Kerman himself covers how to design a craft that can escape Kerbin's atmosphere and return safely. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Where are you, sir? I'm ready for my tutorial. Hello again. Glad you could come back. To get started, go ahead and enter the VAB, and I'll give you the overview of what we're building today. Is that a vehicle assembly building? Think it should be. Hello, Van Schmidt. Ah, here we are again. Now to business. If you remember in our last construction tutorial, we covered how to build a simple hopper and some of the basics of the construction arena. In this tutorial, we'll expand your knowledge of some of the more useful features in the VAB, and we'll build a more complex craft that will be able to get us out of the atmosphere. To build our new design, let's start with the craft we built in the basic construction tutorial. Though this one is just called Hopper, this will save us a little bit of time, and the accounting department is always happy when we save on time. Click on the open button in the top right corner and load the Hopper, then remove its RT5 flea motor. If you mess up, you can recreate the craft from the parts list by placing a pod first and then a parachute on top of it. Note that throughout this tutorial I will leave all parts you will need available to be placed. If you delete the craft file somehow, close the load dialog and open it again and the craft will be back. Okay, so what was it? Open, Hopper, load, bam, there it is, and remove the flea thing. Is that? How do I remove it though? I did something. Unlike last time, we won't be bringing the whole vessel back, so we can change our parachute stats from what we used before. Right click on the parachute and verify that its deployment altitude is set to 1,000 meters, I guess, as last time, but also set the minimum pressure slider all the way to the right, 0.75 atmospheres. That corresponds to the altitude on Kerbin of about 2 kilometers and means a much shorter time hanging around during the descent. Right click. We're going all the way across, right? Okay. Thank you. First off, let's change the name of our craft and the description if you want, so that we still have our trash can special for later on. Simply change the name to something other than Hopper and we can proceed. Space car. Again. This is my spacecraft. It is okay at best. There you go. Next. Great. For this craft we are going to give the ship some additional purpose by attaching a science experiment. What? We can run these experiments during our travels and get valuable science data for Kerbal kind. There are a number of science experiments to be performed, but at the moment we only have the mystery goo containment unit available. Switch to the science tab to look at it. This is one of the most basic scientific experiments Kerbal scientists have devised, and one of the first things they want to try and understand better. I mean, they don't even know what the goo is. Right, okay, well, where do I go there then? Switch to science. Is that here somewhere? Science. Mystery goo. Okay, and then do what exactly? Oh, you just put it on the side? How do we rotate again? There was a way we could, like... Is it shift? Is there anywhere specific, or... Probably not on the window, eh? Maybe on the back side? Like that. I'm guessing if that's like the window, that's like to get out. We'll put it on the back side, maybe. Have I not done that right? What does it say? Switch to the time to have a look at it. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay, maybe I was getting ahead of myself. Sorry, Werner. When you pick up the part, you will see that it's designed to attach to the sides of other parts, i.e., radially. If we attach only one of these, then during flight our craft will be unbalanced. One way to solve this is to add an extra goo container on the opposite side of the rocket so they balance. Luckily we have a symmetry tool to help here. Okay. These buttons control symmetry, highlighted, and angle snap, and can be found in the lower left of the screen. Press the symmetry button or press the X key to cycle through the available symmetry modes. Set this to 2 times and then pick up and place a mystery goo containment unit on the side of the pod near the top. You will notice that a second one has been placed opposite the first by the symmetry tool. Ah, so it automatically does it for you. If you had already placed a lone canister, pick it up, make sure symmetry is set correctly and place it again so that it has a duplicate on the other side. Remember to place the canisters near the nose of the pod. Okay, so press X. Oh, so the lines, so that would be 2. See. How are we going to turn this around there? So I want it like, sort of like, something like that. In the nose, don't have it too high up though, right? Bam. So look. Very nice. Come on now. What's this? Get off. If we add too many more parts here, the craft will be the craft we are making will be too heavy to survive re-entry safely, and too heavy to be slowed by our parachute, leading to sudden impact syndrome. So we will need to add a decoupler below the pod. Decouplers can be found in the coupling tab and will let us split the craft when we no longer need the lower part. Okay. We won't be able to recover the discarded parts, but at least our craft and our Kerbal will survive re-entry and landing. Decouplers can be used in many ways, but for now, let's just add one of these to the bottom of the pod. Go to the coupling tab, grab a TD12 and place it. Note that stacked couplers have arrows. The arrows show which side is the side that decouples. Make sure your decoupler's arrow is pointing up towards the pod. It will be by default. Okay, so we want to go to coupling, which is there we go. There's a TD12. That's a 12. That's a 12. It looks like the arrows are going up. Bam. It says it was by default anyway. Well done. You'll recall, I hope, that in the previous tutorial we had to adjust the staging stack when we were adding the engine to our earlier rocket. I remember. When you add a decoupler, the extra stage is automatically added to the stack so that any new parts below the decoupler won't be staged at the same time as those above it. So that acts as like an automatic stager, basically. You can of course still move these all around, but hopefully this will save you some time as you go. That's very handy. If you ever want to return to this default staging setup, click the reset button at the top of the staging stack. Okay. This time we are going to use a liquid propellant rocket engine. Unlike solid rocket motors, these engines don't carry their own propellants with them, so we need to add some fuel tanks. Go to the fuel tank tab. We are still using these early parts, so there are only FLT 100s available. This is another area like engines where advancement brings bigger and better parts. Okay, we're going to need 5 of these tanks to get us to space. Before you grab 5 tanks from the part toolbox though, let me give you another tip. Because efficiency is my middle name, it goes right after Von. Okay, so Werner Von, what's it? So it's Werner Von Efficiency Kerman. Okay, I never knew that, but okay, fair enough. Once you place the first tank on the rocket, you can duplicate that by holding the left alt key and clicking on the tank. You can do this on the bottom tank a few times and quickly get 5 of these attached without having to go back to the toolbox. Add 5. Right, can we not use our little symmetry thing though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay, nah. Okay, my bad. Let me just set that back at 2. Right, so we want to go to fuel tanks, fuel tanks, fuel tanks, tanks of fuel, engines, fuel tanks. There we go. Right, so we want what? 5. So if we press left alt, 1. Oh, there we go. What the hell? There we go. Ah, I see. I get you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Okay. Next. Good. Switch over to the engines tab now. The swivel engine you see here is obviously different from the flea we used before. This is a liquid engine and it needs and burns both liquid fuel and oxidizer. Funnily enough, that's what we just added to the rocket. Attach the LVT-45 swivel to the bottom of the rocket stage now and keep an eye on the staging stack to see how it changes. So that's the staging stack, I guess. Engines, this one. Bam. Okay, yep, so that went to 2. We're almost there and you're doing fine. Maybe not as speedily as someone of my caliber though. Alright, calm down. Like, we're all only human after all, Kerbal. Kerbal, sir. Sir Kerbal. The last thing we are going to need to do is to give this rocket a little better stability so it keeps going the way we want it to go. We will achieve this by adding some fins near the bottom of the rocket. Fins can be found in the aerodynamics tab. Set the symmetry node to 4 times so we will place them on both axes. Also turn on angle snap. You can turn on the angle snap by clicking the button next to the symmetry icon highlighted blue in this example, or by pressing C. That will help you to align the fins neatly. Drop a basic fin on the last rocket tank. You'll see the other 3 symmetry counterparts will be placed as well. The last rocket tank, so on the bottom, right? Okay. Aerodynamics, sir. Hang on a minute. Let me change that to, what was it? 4? Like that. Let me snap that. Goggle snap. Bam. Ooh-wee. Ah, fancy pants. I got fancy pants. Bam. So look. Let's have a look. Look at my rocket, bro. We're going space, man. We're going space. Excellent. We've now got a rocket that will let us reach for the stars. Admittedly, I did say reach for, as this is a basic rocket which can't achieve orbit, but on the bright side that means re-entry will also be basic. You've done a great job in building a basic hopper and a suborbit capable rocket. Hopefully we've learned a few things about how to build a craft and how to use some of the shortcuts that are in here. Yeah, I know that. This symmetry thing and the toggle snap's quite nice actually. Feel free to hang around a bit and try your hand at other things too, or perhaps you could look at the next lesson on suborbital flight where we will see just how well this rocket performs, or head over to the science tutorial to learn how to advance your career and unlock more parts. If you could show yourself out of the construction facility with the red button on the top right when you're done experimenting, that would be great. Have we designed? No, any vessels you create here will be lost when you exit. This is just for playing around. Okay, can I like save that though? I think it saved. Did it save? Right, let's leave. I'm happy with that. That seems quite self-explanatory. Suborbital flight. Learn how to escape Kerbin's atmosphere and return safely. In this tutorial, flight instructor Gene Kerman will take you through the essential flight controls and instruments required to launch a simple rocket to an almost respectable altitude, and how to get back in one piece. Let's go. I'm ready, Gene. Gene Kerman? Kerbal? Come on. Hello again. Glad you could make it back. That's my rocket, bro! Woo! Oh, hang on a minute. That's not exactly my rocket. I didn't have them that high up. That's basically what we made anyway. Today we'll take an exciting step, getting our first Kerbal into space. Yep, with a capital S. What, space? Hopefully you remember the controls we discussed in the basic flight tutorial, but don't forget that you can always press escape and click the view key bindings button for a reminder. If you're ready, let's get started. I am ready, I do remember. Your mission today is to make a short suborbital, less than orbital flight out over the water to the east. It's a nice arcing path that ensures a gentle survivable re-entry. Straight up then straight down is not so good for survival. Okay. I've set up the pink target indicator on the navball as aim point, but do note that this is not the case for normal missions. The target marker is normally used for other things and does not help with ascents. Starting with the nose pointing straight up on the launch pad or 90 degrees elevation from the eastern horizon. Tilt east to 80 degrees elevation on the navball by that. Tilt east to 70. After burnout, coast up into space. Have a look around. Prepare for re-entry. Lastly, re-enter and land safely. Once we reach burnout, i.e. run out of propellant, we'll have a bit more time to discuss some other things. Right, okay. Unlike the Hopper in our first lesson, this new craft has liquid fuel engines. This means we can use the throttle to set the output power of the ship's engines. Throttle is controlled by the following keys: left shift throttle up, left control down, Z's throttle max, X throttle cut off. Right, so it's them four there. Okay, try these out now. You'll see the indicator needle slide up and down along the graph on the lower side, left side of the navball. Throttle up, throttle down, Z max throttle, X cut it off. So that's straight up, that's straight down, that's slow, that's down. Right, okay, I got it, Kerbal bar. SAS stands for Stability Augmentation System, although Kerbal astronauts usually refer to it as Sickness Avoidance Scheme. Whatever it stands for, what it does is try to stop the ship from spinning around using the computer-controlled auto-torque drive compensator technology to counteract the rotation of the ship. In its simplest mode, it will keep the ship aligned with the orientation it has when you turn SAS on, or if you pitch your roll while SAS is on, the orientation when you release the controls. SAS can be activated or deactivated, if on, momentarily by pressing down the F key, and it can be toggled by pressing the T key. If you have problems following the maneuvers, once you enable SAS and lift off, you can click the small red button to the left of the navball that has a miniature target indicator. It's the lower left of all the buttons. That will cause the SAS to follow the target indicator and fly for you. Note, this autopiloting function will not be available until you are flying. Wait, what? Click the small red button to the left of the navball. Okay, whatever. This craft has a bit too much engine, so we're going to throttle down for launch. Set your throttle to 2/3, the upper of the two middle notches on the slider. Okay. Also turn on SAS to help control things. Press T. It will keep you pointed where you want to be pointed. Boom. That's off, that's on. What's all these? Okay, next. During this lesson, some of the information is quite detailed and could take a while to read. As this is a short suborbital hop and I don't want you to miss anything important, I will place a warning at the top of pages where you might want to pause the game to read. The warning will look like this. Warning, detailed info. Press escape to pause if necessary. Right, okay. Hang on a sec. Okay, enough talk. I'll unlock the rest of the flight's controls and you'll be clear for launch. At any time you may press escape to pause the game. In the pause menu you can reset the flight or end this tutorial and return to the main menu. I've enabled the target marker on the navball. Give it a look to make sure you see it, and then let's get ready to light this candle. Double click your throttle to set to 2/3 and SAS is enabled, then hit space when you're ready to launch. Remember to start turning at 50 ms per second. Right, so I'm there. I'm guessing that's our target. I don't know. Right, okay. SS is on. That's on. Go. Ah! Wait for a bit more speed before you turn. Start to turn. Okay. Now it's time to start turning. Okay. Turning. I'm turning. I'm turning. I'm turning. And follow the target marker to 80 degrees by the time you reach 150. Are we doing good, Mr. Kerbal? I'm trying to hit that yellow target, like there. See on the navball? Look good. Now let's turn a little more. And we've 70 degrees, okay. Excellent work. You've got the rocket just where it needs to be in order to reach space. You should be able to let the SS keep the craft steady. I think it is. Now go ahead and throttle up to full power. Z. Oops, looks like you're not going to clear the atmospheric enough margin. Press escape and choose revert flight to try again. What? What did I do wrong? Did I do something wrong? I thought I did everything right there. Did I aim too much? Right, let's throttle up to... okay. Right, yeah, I know all this. T. Oh, I'm ready. Wait, ready? Bam! Oh, am I going this way? Oh, I'm following. Oh, I'm stupid. I'm turning a little more. Turning a little more. I was going the wrong way. Full power on the throttle. Not turn too much. Right, warning, detailed info. Press, great work. You've succeeded in getting your ship on a trajectory bound for space. I've now set your target indicator to align with your velocity vector. That will minimize drag by turning the smallest side of the vehicle into the airflow. Somewhere around here you will see the navball speed indicator auto switch from surface to orbit, accompanied by the speed number jumping. Go ahead and switch it back to surface mode by clicking on it until it says surface again. You might have noticed some flickering flames near the end of our burn here, which is due to the high speed of your craft in the atmosphere. Normally our ascent would be a little slower, but I'm sure my friend Werner has helped you build a ship that can withstand this heat. And besides this high and this slow, you'll be fine. If you want to have a look at your trajectory, you can switch to the map to have a look at your projected path. Just remember to come back to flight mode again. Okay, let's go. Woo! So press map. Where we go? Oh, is that where we're going? Look, we're actually going. We need to keep turning. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, bit too much, bit too much. Okay, now we are coasting. Now we are coasting our way to Apotheosis. This is the highest point on our current projected path. We've got a little time to chat. Once you clear the atmosphere, we'll go over what you can do in space. Okay, just keep going over. Just keep it over. Let's have a look at the map. Projected path's looking good. Just arcing it over. Keeping the yaw good. We're yawing good. It's very quiet, isn't it? Sort of kind of like it. Still on a good trajectory, very nice. Oh! Let me pause it. Whilst we float up here beyond the atmosphere, I'll quickly tell you about a couple of things you can do. With an advanced enough astronaut complex in the KSC, we can train our Kerbals to be able to spacewalk, or EVA, although we won't be doing that on this flight. Also, when we are carrying space devices like our goo containers, we can perform experiments. Feel free to play with the goo canisters now by right-clicking on them. I'll let you know when it's time for the next phase of this suborbital flight. Okay, so if we could zoom in, right-click on them. I can't see because you're in the way. Observe mystery goo. Oh, we're sort of the goo seems to have clumped into a severe, and it also appears to become brittle. Okay, cool. Transmit the data. How do I get rid of this box? Let me just pull it up here. We're starting to come down now. What's our predicted path still? Oh, still doing good, still doing good. There you go, still coming down. Right, okay, hang on a minute. As we near the edge of the atmosphere again, it's time to reorient the pod to get ready for re-entry. We're only going to re-enter with the pod and chute and goo canisters, but we're not going to decouple yet. In real missions, it's best to keep your upper stage around until the last moment. You never know when you might need it. Anyways, it's best to re-enter bottom first. And since we ascended at about 70 degrees pitch, we'll naturally re-enter at about minus 70 degrees pitch. That means you want to aim the bottom of the capsule at the 70 degree pitch line, but the opposite heading. This is at a heading of 270 on the navball and 70 degrees pitch. And I've placed the target marker there to help you see where this lies. Turn SAS off, change your altitude, and then turn back on again. Got to go back around this way, have we? Oh, no, too much. Nice job, now steady. I want to go here. Too much. Nice, now hold steady on your new altitude, let SAS do its job, and get ready to decouple the stage and start re-entry. I don't know if I did that right or not, I really don't know. I feel like, what is that yellow one? Because I feel like this is where I want to be on this one. What's it say? Now it's time to get rid of the boosters. Since it's just weighing us down, stage to discard the unneeded parts and mass. How? What do you mean? I can't remember how to stage. No. I can't remember how to do it. I forgot. Tell me. Help me. I've forgotten how to stage. Release. Let it go. Stage. Please. Can we not do it with that on, maybe? No, turn it back on. Turn it back on. Turn it back on. We're dying. I've forgotten how to stage. We're going out of control. I'm sorry. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I don't know what's going on. This is terrible. I'm sorry, Kerbal. I've forgotten how to stage. How do I release stuff? I can't remember. Mate, we're losing it. Sorry, Kerbal. I'm hitting the yellow mark, though. Gonna hit with a lot of force. Sorry. Don't feel bad. I'll send someone to clean up the... Try again. I couldn't remember how to do the staging. I need to check that back up. I can't remember. Let's go to end scenario. I'm gonna have to re-look up how to do the staging. I completely forgot. But unfortunately, guys, that is gonna do it for this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button for me. If you did like it, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm having a ton of fun playing this game at the minute, so I hope you guys are enjoying it. Yeah, if you are, smash that like button and subscribe. If you want to be in with a chance of winning the giveaway at 500 subs, don't forget to be subscribed as well. Don't forget to come and join the Discord so I can notify you if you win. It's also a great place to come and hang out and chat and leave your suggestions and all that jazz as well. Yeah, don't forget to hit that notification bell as well. And yeah, until the next time, guys, have a good one. Stay safe out there. Peace out.